almost done. Let's do this. It is number 25. It is a Cargay alert, and I don't know the opus number. I will go look for it. Opus 107, number 21, B major. Yes, that was a dab. Don't come for me. The tempo, according to TMEA, is quarter note equals 148 to 176. That is a pretty large range, but knowing Texas, we want you to go 176. For our final reading, performance guide number 3. This playful etude should be performed with a light-hearted character, and speed should never overshadow style. In order to bring out the character, exaggerate all the dynamics and keep the articulation light and bouncy, not extremely short. When first learning this etude, count in quarter notes for perfect accuracy with the complicated rhythms. Pay particular attention to measures 9 through 11, as these are commonly performed incorrectly. As you gain familiarity with the etude, transition to feeling it in 1 as would be appropriate for a waltz. The B major scale and arpeggio should also be practiced consistently. For many of the triplet 16th notes, trill fingerings can be used to aid in fluidity. Note that in staff, C sharp to D sharp should be played using the second trill key. The C sharp to D sharp above the staff should be played using the first and second trill keys. On the downbeat of measure 36, if you have a C sharp trill key, use it for the high F sharp to G sharp triplet. For flutes without a C sharp trill key, finger the high F sharp, then lift your left hand. There's a typo. It says trill your left hand first finger. Honey! Trill your left hand, first finger and thumb simultaneously. Ensure that the 16th note triplets happen on the beat, not before. For the most part, breaths can be taken in the rests. Additional breaths will most likely be needed at the ends of measures 12, 33, and 35. I strongly encourage you to think of this etude in sharps, not to rewrite it in flats, as that will confuse many of the accidental markings. Didn't you already say this before? Yes. You already said this exact same paragraph for etude too. I see you! In tempo de walzer? I don't know. It means waltz tempo. It feels like a waltz. Grazioso means graceful, morbido means softly, and scherzo means joking. But if you're a musician, you should know that already. Alright, that is what the TMEA lady had to say. Now it is time for the 5 things that I have to say. Oh God, I'm getting tired of this already. No, I'm just kidding. I love sitting here for hours and hours for your help and support. It warms my heart. Numero uno. Understand the right feel. Like the TMEA lady said, this is a waltz. While you're practicing this slowly, you will have your metronome in 3/4, and you will be feeling it in 3. But as soon as you start speeding it up a little bit, stop feeling it in 3. You don't want to be pulsing every downbeat, feel it in 1. You're dancing and you have someone to dance with. So you should be really light and almost fluffy, but that doesn't mean you have to be quiet the whole time. There are important dynamic markings throughout. Whatever dynamic markings you see, you need to do them. Although like the first 3 lines, it says piano and then it doesn't ever say anything else. You can have some freedom. You don't have to say piano the whole time. I promise they're not gonna get mad at you, okay? They just want you to stay light and fluffy and not boisterous and heavy and majestic, you know? There's even an accent mark on the first note of 30, and there's tenuto markings on the downbeats throughout measure 13 and on every high beat in 9, 10, and 11. Find those specific markings that Cargay alert put in on purpose because he wants them to be conveyed. Numero dos is watch your accidentals. Yes, I'm saying this again because it's important. For some reason, they just loved sharps this year. I don't know why. Hey, we're gonna do D major and then we're going to do D sharp minor and B major. Where are the flats? I love flats. Why? All I can tell you is you better get really comfortable with sharps this year and with double sharps this year. Mark in your music. Don't be ashamed to mark in your music. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Numero tres. Be confident in leaps. This is the most jumpy of the etudes, if you know what I mean. The first time I looked at measures 18 and 19 and then skimmed down to that huge leap from 34 to 35, I just straight up said, nope, and you can't do that. I'm sorry. I know it's really scary. We don't like intervals. That's just a flute thing. It's like the lip flexibility. We just don't like it, but we gotta do it. The thing about etudes is they're pretty much designed so that we can practice different techniques, articulations, tone and stuff. They're not really things that are supposed to be performed. So I guess Carl Gaylord felt that flutes needed to practice their lip flexibility a little bit. I mean, he's not wrong. What can you do? It's Carl Gaylord. What else did you expect? One thing you can do is take different angles to approach the intervals. So if you look at 18 and 19, how it has those staccato big leaps in groups of 2, rather than playing down, up, down, up, down, up, you can also play the first note and then go up, down, up, down, up, down. It creates a different perspective. You can think about leading into different notes rather than the ones that you usually want to think about. Another thing that helps a lot is slurring between the notes if you have some high intervals and say that they're tongued. Slurring, for me, is more difficult for the lip flexibility. If I do something slurred and then I go and add in my tongue, it's a lot easier for me. You may find it that way, you may not, I don't really know, but there's no harm in trying.